Okay, there is a level of world security where these men are incredibly strict for a reason. They don't interact with the public, although they can see security reports and whatnot, and it's been generations that they've been almost in their own separate place of their level of respectiveness, which is truly admired. What happens is, though, I purposely at the cat's kitchen where she cooks the books sometimes, right? At Solarium and Planetarium level of how can one woman be in like several places at once. Yeah, you're not allowed to ask that question because she keeps us safe that way. Right, good. So she has a magical whatever as the last hope of things. And there, I never exit the room. Nobody's ever allowed to come in, and it has a special key lock system with a physical representative stashed somewhere private. If anything ever happens and it goes to last whatever, the system acknowledges, and then he has to let Alexander in. But nobody's allowed to enter the room with him. It is only 005, since I'm 007. My day label, which is this one, you can tell because it's damaged over here. I call it damaged, and then it's Alexander, and it's Gamma. It looks like the foot of the Tweety bird from the Looney Tunes, or the Woodstock, the Peanuts, for both of those houses, because there's some men who are capable of balancing the world out at their own homes, wherever they might roam. They don't mix meat with wine. They don't, if they give in the whole entire operation is able to, like to the T, perfectly balance out and follow along. They don't mix their holy book. They don't mix their message. They're always, for generations, it's been the same. And then there's the rest of the society. And they stay almost hermit-like away from the general public because it's harder to stay when they learn things, but sometimes they have to know things. And they're always willing to help to a degree. But when they started the transportation issues with the railroad and everything, that became a real source of contention, because now you're moving, and then they came out to speak to other people, and it was like people looked at them like they're like, do we read the same holy book? They're like, I need to know, because I mean, I come out here and we read the same words, and it says in there, same script, same words. I mean, we could read it out loud together. It says, do not mix the women, the dinner, the place, the thing, the this, that, for a reason. It's to keep your families and your future safe. So then how could this world leadership and process allow these systems to break down? Right. See, I did not allow the transportation, and but again, there's some things and some people on this planet that are not even known of, except from Solarium Planetarium level, where it is dead center on the gyroscopic sandwich between me and Alexander. The last hope before I arrived or landed in 1978 as the last bright one. And not because I'm intelligent and smart, although that does come with the territory. It's because there's a serious problem, and I don't want to hurt anybody or kill anybody. However, I'm not saying it's not a good idea in the right circumstance. Because you have lost yourselves so badly, and you have actually become so detrimental. So this version of Nicole, the one with the uncle and the tattoo that never had to be this direction because of that ability to change course based on where my global positioning is of my actual genetic. The system will recalculate out on a whatever it needs in order for me and my betrothed to capitulate, which is to become one. That's why the timing of star 1978, he and I being moved, same harness and posy vest, like same tether, like touching, I could touch you, you're like, great, star brother, because we're only like 6 years old, great. Why did somebody detach us in physical contact? Because he came to Lloyd Harbor, New York, as Mark King, and because his whatever, they don't use anything other than a 1 and a 0 where he's from. So if he uses a word Mark King, what the hell does it matter to anything anywhere on the planet? So why was I not, if he was taken away as my only family member, only one ever gonna have, why would you leave me or allow me to stay in New York while this gyroscope is going all over the place and reporting on everything that's going wrong every single day at every single moment? And all the people, plus the possibilities, plus chasing what happened behind to give answers and things. Just curious. It does not care about a single human. I'll tell you that right now. The only human is me and my betrothed. And the only reason why I have Alexander is because the humans tried calculating out worst case scenario, which threw me into a Solarium Planetarium where I had to come up with a new process of me and Alexander is the last hope. That's it. 005 to my 007. And I belong 007 to someone else. So now where is my relief and my help? Because while I am here in my damaged, it's DA and then it's mage, MAGE. It's the same as I mage. Illumination, illuminated, illuminatus. Yes, I am one as a mage. And then I have a damage. Currently, as I'm speaking, this is my day label, I call it, because it's the damaged Alexander, where I gave birth to him, and I have scars on this. And I'm in a gamma field, because a gamma is like a yen symbol, but it's a little different. What I actually needed it to be on my script was a yen with 2 hashtags, because that's my specific symbol. But instead, all they gave me was a stripped stick with a V at the top of it for the fact that this day label is damaged. It's shooting off code in the anatomical advanced warning system, and nobody's picking me up. And this has been damaged 42 years, and it's been an image 42 years. And yet there's nobody in any security industry anywhere, or even street security, that knows anyone, even the entertainment industry, that don't know anybody, clearly, that could help out. I cover one guy, the one brave enough to put my symbol on his face, so everybody knows. And he gets the level of security that I get. So this way he goes up the chain and tries to help me as best he can to wherever degree he's at. So this way the quiet, hidden security force that doesn't come out ever because they're hermits. Right. So now Alexander with the key is able to enter the room, so he has witness when he exits. I will do whatever I do in cooking in kitchen, CHEN, the solarium kind. I will hand him the paper of where we are in global positioning for that particular point. But when he leaves that room, it is an obligatory must do. So why is it there are magic books? So here's the thing. There's the holy books that the men walk around with that know things. And then there's the holy book then there's a book totally separate that I run where you're actually able to enter things in order to fix. Nobody is supposed to be able to enter anything in to fix. So when I send out the warning years before my body arrives, as like Captain Nemo in my pseudonym system, which each area gets its own pseudonym specific for its whatever it's up to and whatever I need from it. When that's the case, then why is it that they were letting want to be holy men, not the actual ones, but not the generational had the job, but like a distant cousin had the same name kind of a thing. A counterfeit is what we call it, right? Why would they allow that one to start teaching and break in some backdoor system? Some other college kid found out and start entering into a system that they're not allowed to enter. They're not bright ones. They're not the shining. They're just kids of place. And I don't even know if they're place, honestly. They're just whatever showed up. So now they're not allowed to enter into star systems any foreign body, any foreign character. They're not allowed to move things. They're not allowed to change things. They're not allowed to study things. They're not allowed to see things in the magic book, which looks a lot like what I'm using right now. Because I have enough of counterfeit on the books of holy men that use publishers to print, to give everybody a Quran, to give everybody a holy Bible, to give everybody anything else it might be called that I don't even know at this point in my day label. My inner solarium, my Chen, who looks exactly like me, just better kept, that version of me is, again, it's not damaged. So it has a better understanding of everything at the same time. My day label as I go around has been damaged since 1980 something. I mean, the damage date actually was probably before that when they broke out at Solarium, but I didn't feel the effects of the damage until around 1980 something. And then they've been progressively studying my damage, studying the process on one level, and while the others are studying in college and university of unpoliced learning scripts and translations. They're ciphering their own language. They are not allowed any of this, which is why we don't give the normal people language. I mean, I don't even know how to scale it back at this point because it's so ridiculously off course and so ridiculously damaged. And my body sits here in New York City, 42 years in a damaged state that's sending off viral code, silent alarms, and nobody comes for me. And I know I'm the shining. What do you think that does for you and knows you're not the shining? Right? It should scare the fuck out of you because that means that whoever's steering the really big part, that we were silently always praying that they get their job done and that they're successful, right? They're not doing it. So now, yeah, that's where it's any help you could verbally, a good word for one position, I would appreciate it so we could get our stuff fixed. I don't tangle with the kids outside. It's if they say when I'm back where I'm supposed to be that I can visit, then that's fine. But again, I don't know. I mean, I'll state the facts as I know them. I'll state words that I know, but I don't know if somewhere in the world at this point in my damaged state of gamma, GAMMA, which is the day label, until it's fixed and resolved, I don't know if something I say ticks you off or is a trigger word in the wrong sense. And sometimes those trigger words are good that it gets you angry because you think it's one thing, But then you go to some kind of, and then they're like, no, 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 actually, this is the picture that, right, for the day. But then you got some other that needed something, then it tees off in a cascade. Sometimes it works to the benefit, sometimes to the detriment. Again, I'm not in my set position where I need to be. So how is it that you all thought this was going to work? And who did you all think was going to save the day if you fucked it up?